There was a time many years ago, I must have been around 15, 16, or even less. Maybe, yeah, I cannot remember precisely the age, but I went to the market to buy something for the house. And I went with, at that time, 100 naira, 100 Nigerian naira. And that's about maybe $1 at that time. Maybe, yeah. So I went in there, bought all the things I wanted to buy, and I got home and started doing the reconciliations. I said, okay, I bought this for vegetable for this, I bought pepper for this, I bought, and I couldn't balance it. I was looking for 5 naira, out of the 100. I kept on thinking, what happened? Where did this money go? It couldn't have disappeared. And I almost didn't sleep well. Like, like I was drained, just thinking about it. Nobody was asking for that reconciliation, but it was just something that I hold myself accountable for, to say I should be able to explain how I have spent 100 naira. Anyways, the following morning, I woke up and it was like, without any effort, it just came to me. I'd given it out to someone begging for alms. And I felt so happy. I felt so relieved. And I was like, Father Lord, I almost gave myself a heart attack because of what? 5 naira. But you see, that's the kind of person that I was, and that's what I have transferred to everything in my life. Accountability is key. Being accountable to yourself. And when I say accountability, it's not just about now the money, or it's a lot more than that. How do you spend your time? How do you spend your money? How do you spend, your resources? How do you spend the relationship? Relationship is a currency, I'm sure you know. How do you spend your relationship? How do you, all those things, how accountable are you? For example, it's the end of the year and people are already thinking, how have I spent 2024? Trust me, some people are not even looking at it. But if you're looking at it, it makes a lot of sense. But what I would advise you do is don't do it in terms of the goals you've set and what you've achieved. Do it across a broad range. The relationship you've built, the things you've learned, I always say that, and I have another video which I shot on that topic to say, don't just focus on the goals I've achieved. It's also about who, or the goals I've not achieved. It's also about who you've become in the process. But today, I want to share with you why it is super critical for you to sit down with your finances to track how much total income have I gotten in the year 2024. How much have I spent on rent? How much have I spent on groceries? How much have I spent? It is very important that we do the analysis. And this would help us to identify what is that thing we spent most on. Is that the best that could have been done? Could we have spent less? The second thing it would help you with is you then start seeing what are the unnecessary expenses that I am carrying. Should I actually be paying for this subscription? And I'm telling you, this exercise is not going to be an easy exercise. It's not, like I always say, it's not a sexy exercise, but it is very important. So you need to sit down and then do the analysis. You can start by using your bank statements. That would give you, especially if you haven't been keeping track. For someone like me that have been keeping track, it's quite easy because I just then open the Excel document for the past 12 months and then say this plus this, and then I get what I have spent. And the good thing is that I have automated it in a way that it makes life easy for me to be able to say, this is what I have spent in the year. I also created a small templates. I created a small templates for people of my community, members in Gold Quarters, to say you can't use this to track your expenses for 2024. I'll leave it in the description box. You should feel free to use it. But this exercise is super much important for you to know how much you've spent in the year, what could you have done better, and they also can serve as a motivation for you for next year. For example, if you see how much you've saved in the year or how much you've invested, you can then tell yourself, good job, I'll do more next year. And if it is something that it's not as good as you're expecting it to be, okay, I would improve on it next year. But for your financial future, it is very much important that you do this analysis. What I always advise is do it on a monthly basis. I have a free income and expense tracker. I would also put it in the description box. Feel free to check it out. You should use it to check out your spends on a monthly basis, budget, and then spend, and then see where you have variances, and then you can see whether you need to drop some expenses or you need to improve on your savings. It is very important. So don't take these things for granted. Always think, what else can I do? How else can I improve? There is something I picked from Stephen Bartlett. He would always say that 1% improvement. Go into next year with that mindset to say, whatever I've done this year, I am improving on it next year. And until next video, when I see you again,